All right, Meow. Hope you all are doing as well as you can on this blustery Tuesday. We've gotten some heckin' wintry weather. Not a fan of it. That may impede things I have to do tomorrow, but hopefully it won't. Lord willing, you all are doing well. We need to touch up the minecart track that we've been making for the Moonlord fight. We need to get some more life fruit because that builds into a health upgrade that I need. Probably need to do a few blood moon to get more blood orbs to make potions. That will help me in the Moonlord fight. After that, it'll be the lunatic cultists, because you have to deal with the lunatic cultists in order to spawn the Moonlord. Then trying to kill, farming the Moonlord, post Moonlord content. Alright, so we're gonna start with the life fruit first, so that's gonna be jungle. I'm also going to use a Splunker potion because I believe it will show life fruit. And we do also need life crystals because those are going to be used for more heart lanterns, which we probably need about another 10 or so, give or take. Alright, there we go. I'm also still not sure what weapon I'm gonna actually use for Moonlord. I might do something with chlorophyte bullets. I don't want to do melee. Let's look at consumables. We will... let's see. We'll bring a few of these. And then... same thing with mining. I guess we can use a few light potions. So yeah, jungle, life fruit's gonna be in here. Oh yeah, I have a flying mount now, so it's less bad as far as doing traveling things. It also gives me the opportunity to touch up the, as I'm falling. That way I'm not accidentally wasting them if it can be helped. I only have so many of them. This way I can see better if there's any life fruit or life crystals. I guess we can get rid of that since it's going to be in the way. Same thing here. Oh yeah, I don't have my minions out. Oops. There we go. If we needed it, there's a Plantera bulb down there. Big old turtles, very spoopy. Life fruit, that's what those look like, so let's go over there and grab that. What was I stuck on? We need 5 of them for the, well, we need 4. But we also got a life crystal over there where we're gonna want to grab. We're also gonna do mining speed so we can clear through the terrain faster. It's been a minute, so our chlorophyte farm is probably close to developed. We'll deal with that shortly. Yoink. We probably need at least 10 more of those. So, chat, I hope you're doing well today. That your Tuesday has gone as well as it can. That you haven't been overly affected by inclement weather or, you know, back to having a nut job for a president. In crime coverage, Jason Chen, the man in Tennessee who murdered his girlfriend, put her in a suitcase and tried to get rid of it, he was found guilty the other day. First-degree murder with aggravating factors. He was sentenced to life without parole, so he's leaving prison in a box, aka a coffin. And several things of note. Tennessee is a state that lets the jury determine the sentence, and the jury, similar to the jury in Indiana for the Delphi case, they're allowed to ask the witnesses questions. I thought that was really interesting. Until now, I had never seen a state where the jury is allowed to determine the sentence. Normally, there are sentencing guidelines, and the judge does that, but instead it was posed to the jury, and I believe it was either life with parole or life without, and due to the heinousness of the crime, the aggravating factors, life without parole. So I hate that that happened to the victim's family. That would be Jasmine Pace, but he'll never be able to do that to anyone again, and he's gonna be gone forever. You know, there will be appeals and such, but they're just gonna uphold it. It was really a slam dunk. He took lots of steps to try to get away with it, and it more or less just acted as a self-fulfilling prophecy to get him convicted. Okay. It was surprising, though, in terms of the turnaround. It's not uncommon for there to be like a long gap in time between sentencing and verdict. So the fact that they literally were like, yo, Monday, here's the verdict. Yo, Tuesday, here's sentencing. I thought that was wild. Also, verdict and sentencing both took less than 2 hours apiece. So very much fucking send it, put him away. He's never leaving society outside of a coffin, you know? Oh no, I don't need anything from her. Alright, so we need 2 more of those. Probably about another 8 or 10 of these. Which one wore off? Oh, the treasure potion. Okay. Yep. That would do it. Alright, let's go back to looking. That might... Yeah, that is one. Okay, good. Okay, good. Another Plantera bulb. Let's dig around that. Okay, down here. Task and Purpose. They are a channel on YouTube run by a former Army infantryman. He put out a video on the quote-unquote new tactical nuclear attack sub that North Korea has. The long and short of it is, it's a Romeo diesel sub that North Korea acquired, I think, in 1975. And if it can actually launch nukes, it is absolutely a concern, but it is nowhere near as concerning as North Korea wants us to believe. So I thought that was interesting. Okay, we want that. Another life crystal. All right. If it did become credible, though, it would be a large leap for North Korea in the sense that there's something called the nuclear triad: land, air, and sea. And usually in the form of stealth for air, preferably a hard-to-detect missile submarine, and then land platforms via bunkers or launchers. So until now, all of North Korea's nuclear arsenal has been land-based, which can be tracked or it can be stationary, which means it's not going to go anywhere. And if the sub is all that in a bag of chips, that would absolutely give North Korea another angle to cause a ruckus. But toy gun to my head, I'm not super worried. I think we have to go up. All right. Jungle Spooter. When we get into post Moonlord, we will absolutely have to go back into the dungeon because there's a bunch of new bosses that'll spawn, and some of them will need things from the dungeon. Oh no, I don't want to fight you. Leave me alone. Oh, we have a platform, so we'll be fine. All right. Thankfully, we are immune to its debuff, so that definitely helps. Come on, you. Get over here. Yeah, it just shows up randomly as a trash mob. Very spoopy. Okay. Oh yeah, the cats. They do make funny noises. Alright. I'll have to go back to the base shortly and re-up my potions. Oh, that's the temple. We don't want to dig into that, right, Meow? Ah, I fell off. Okay. So let's go back to base. Get rid of things I know we don't need at the moment. Grab more potions. I could be using the return potions, but I don't like wasting them. I'm saving them for Calamity 2 Electric Boogaloo. Oh, excuse me. Alright. Also, the state put out a response regarding Sarah Boone's appeal. The state, unsurprisingly, agrees with the judge. And you have to remember that, yes, there's always appeals, but if you're appealing something, you've already lost. So it's like, oh no, we're just gonna agree with us, and we're gonna uphold the decision we already made. And yeah, doesn't mean that she'll have a leg to stand on. Okay, life fruit. I think the third permanent health upgrade is after... Oh no, I'm draining more water. Is after Moonlord, but we can at least get the second one, which I think each... The first two, I believe, are a flat 25. Or maybe the third one's a flat 50. I don't remember. Okay, good. We want that. Anglerfish. That's terrifying because anglerfish are spoopy. And they're not in the deep. Instead, they're just casually in the jungle. Yet another reason why to never leave the house. Yoink. Oh, two of them. Hell yeah. Not a mimic. Nice. Alright, let's see. Let's get rid of it so we don't actually think it is something. There we go. We have an ad break in about 30 seconds. If you don't want to be subjected to ads, one can always subscribe. If you just so happen to have an unused Twitch Prime, that would be free, aka built into the cost of you having Amazon Prime each month. So you could wholly do that. Grab a drink, grab a snack, do some stretching. We will be back shortly with more Calamity and Palace Cats. See you all shortly. All right, meow, we do be back. Okay, so we need one more life heart, one more life fruit, and probably about 5 more life hearts. Then we'll be good to go for more lanterns and the second of the words are hard. Second of 3 permanent health upgrades. It's bees. Oh yeah, I did make this. I remember now. Oh yeah. That was a thing. Mango, not a life fruit. It's always the last one that's the hardest to find. Wait, oh, I see one all the way over there. Wait. No, it's not. Boo. I thought I was onto something. I was merely on there. There's one right there. Okay. Good. Wait. Huh. Oh, that's one of the houses that got flooded by my excavation. Oops. Yes, that's exactly what that was. Air pocket right up here. There we go. Very good. All right, so we probably do need about 2 more life crystals, but we have enough life fruit, which is exactly what we needed. So let's make some heart lanterns while we're here. That will free us up a little bit of room. Don't really need silt at this point. May as well make a few more campfires since we need as many of those as we'll eventually have heart lanterns. Okay. That looks like sand, so we do not want to go that way. Oh no, it's marble. I know what that is then. Okay. I gotta be careful. I think if I destroy too many, this is bees, and we don't want bees in our cereal. The honeycomb is fine, but we do not want bees. Oh boy. That'll break. No, we don't want that either. I'm gonna butcher that name. IT, thank you for the follow. I hope you're doing well. We are currently working on Calamity mod, Terraria. It's a difficulty mod. It adds a bunch of bosses, biomes, etc. I'm harvesting life fruit and life crystals because I need them for my arena for Moonlord. Moonlord is the final boss in vanilla. There's about 12 more bosses after Moonlord in Calamity. Thank you for the first time chat. I hope you're doing well. I'm glad to hear you're doing well. No problem. I'm doing okay. We're having some weather. It's nothing like wildfire, so I'm grateful for that. We'll see if it ends up being a problem this week, though. I'd say the stream is going well. Still looking for 1 or 2 more life hearts, then we'll go back to setting up the arena for Moonlord. We have a treasure potion on so we can see all the ore in the background, specifically looking for life hearts. So there's one up here. Very good. We'll try to get at least one more. That is cool. I'm from the US and I'm not going to narrow it down anymore. I hope you're doing well regarding the political climate in Texas, especially post-inauguration. I do technically need more life fruit, so that's fine, but it's not what I'm prioritizing. Got one up there though. Okay, good. Oh, there's at least 2 up there. Nice. B. And by B, I mean Plaguebringer. Alright. I'm not in a great place to fight it, but I don't want to teleport back because it will enrage. It's basically a harder version of the Queen Bee, and they just spawn as trash mobs rather than like actual bosses. Very good. Let's go back to getting those life crystals before the buff falls off. All right, let's go around. I don't want to break that water. It's a lot of water, so I don't think I'm going to be able to get around it. All right. Did we... We did not pick up the third one, okay. Ah, there's the other one. Okay, good. You can ask me something. Alright, so let's see. Let's grab some more chlorophyte while we're here. Alright. I hate that. No, you cannot. I am not interested in any art for my channel, and I currently already have an artist working on emotes. So thank you for stopping by, but I have no interest in you trying to sell me something. Do have a nice day, though. All right. That's another beehive, so we don't want to mess with that. We have about 3 more minutes of uptime on the potion, so I'm going to try to get as many life fruits and life crystals as possible before it falls off. Chlorophyte's always useful. You can use it to make homing bullets, which makes up for the fact that some bosses are really hard to hit, or they have multiple segments. Or there's weapons that are really strong but have terrible accuracy, so homing bullets will negate that downside. And then there's certain armor sets like the Plague Bringer that you can make yourself blind but do way more damage. More Plague Bringer. There we go. Even with immunity to its debuff, I'm still taking a lot of damage. Not what I want to see. Not what kids want in their cereal. Alright. We're also going to look at some palace cats once the loot potion wears off. If you're not familiar, the Pallas cat is a wild cat that's threatened, that lives predominantly in Asia. There's less than 57,000 of them in the world. Their bodies are round. They often look grumpy. They're very fluffy, and they are adorable. Okay, life fruit right up here. That'll be a good bit of bonfire / heart lanterns to help with the Moonlord fight. We are going to pull up the Pallas cat resource that I like to use. It's called Monolization. It's run by Roman Pavlov and Victoria. Victoria's last name isn't listed, but it's dedicated to the Pallas cat, i.e. the manual. There's usually new photos every day. This, for example, is Bazenka at the Poznan New Zoo. This was taken 2 weeks ago. You can see that they have circular eyes and rounded pupils rather than slits of like the typical predatory cat. Taken by Roman Pavlov. Bazenka, the daughter of Mania and Boris. Poznan New Zoo, I believe that's Poland. It does seem that she probably lost her eye to toxoplasmosis. If you're not familiar, toxoplasmosis is a parasitic infection that's often in cats. But because the Pallas cat has a weak immune system, it's lethal in them. And if they do survive, they'll lose an eye or other functionality, which I fucking hate for them. So, let's see. Yes, she lost her eye due to illness, and I hate that, but she would not be the first Pallas cat to lose an eye to illness, and there's at least one of them that's often called a pirate by locals who visit them, because, you know, pirates had an eye patch. So, Bazenka's siblings are Mars, Nike, Pluton, and Magellan. They will sit on their peats. They'll sit on their tail to keep their peats warm. This was taken when she had both her eyes still. Oh, no. No. It's gone at that point. Never mind. But yeah, she looks mighty fierce. They have unique patterns on their head that make them easier to tell apart. Sometimes the top of the head will be dented instead of rounded. That's another genetic thing. Rounded ears, because there's not a lot of cover on the steppe. So having large pointy ears that stick out from the top of their head doesn't exactly help them keep a low profile. And then you can, this is another really cool thing that Monolization has. If they have the information, they will have like the pedigree lined up. So you can see that Boris and Manya gave birth to Bazenka. You can see who gave birth to Boris, etc. Same on the side of Manya. Turns out Timothy and Lashtoshka gave birth to Manya. Timothy's one of the Russian Pallas cats, I believe. There's been several Timothys over the years, to my understanding. You can see that Khan and Markiza gave birth to Latoshka. Khan is also from Russia. He was at the Leningrad Zoo. And then if Bazenka has any offspring, you'll see a chart where she's the progenitor of them, which is really cool. Fully grown, they're only about 4 to 5 kilograms. So like 8 pounds. Truly some of God's finest creatures. And then this is Polly. She's a female Pallas cat that lives at Nasu Animal Kingdom in Japan. Her partner is Bull. Her and Bull have been together over 9 years. She got the spiky floofs. She got the paws, the healthy whisker subsystem. This was taken by Haru Manul. They are one of several photographers that provide probably close to 50% of all the Palace Cat photos. Big fan. Love the Palace Cat. And I hope you all do too as well. VOD friends, lurkers, thank you for being here. Thank you for the continued support. As of this week, I have started to upload my older VODs that Twitch deleted because I don't have Prime, so they only stay up for a week at a time. The first video was Radical Red Mono Electric. There was crime coverage. There was Palace Cats. That's on YouTube. Same name as here on YouTube, Meownwell. And I'm going to work on getting all my VODs uploaded to YouTube, so there's a place where people can watch the ones that are no longer present on Twitch. All right, we have a decent amount of heart lanterns and bonfire. Let's continue setting up our minecart track. Then if we have enough, we're gonna work on summoning the lunatic cultists, because once you deal with them, then that clears the path for you to fight the Moon Lord. We also want it to be daytime because it'll be easier to actually see what we need to place. Solar Eclipse. Solar Eclipse is an event that'll proc anytime there's a chance for it to be daytime. And it's more or less a bunch of bosses spawning as like normal mobs. And there's some pretty good loot that can be gotten from it. But I want to place my, more or less my minecart to set up for the Moonlord. So at this point in the game, I'm not super keen on doing anything like the Solar Eclipse. I will need to do Blood Moons at some point though, because Blood Moon can drop Blood Orbs. In Calamity, Blood Orbs and water can be used to make potions, like any potion. So if you have a really good potion you want to use and you don't have the material for it, just make it via the Blood Orbs. Ad break in about 30 seconds. We'll be back shortly. If you have an unused Twitch Prime or you're independently wealthy, you can sub to support the stream and then not have any ads. We're gonna get to where we left off with bonfires and lanterns, and then we'll be back shortly. See you all soon. Thank you for being here, whether you chat or lurk. never know until it happens. All right, meow, ad break over. Getting back into what we were working on yesterday, heart lanterns and bonfires, they both give flat regen. It's not a lot, but in difficult fights, every bit counts. Especially as I think some healing from one of the debuffs that Moonlord inflicts can be reduced or negated. And I'm not sure if that works against the campfire slash heart lanterns, but if it doesn't, then I have that as a backup. And if they don't work, then I need to not get hit. So we left off right here. We can actually zoom in a bit since we're not fighting a boss actively. Okay, that's a bit better. You'll see this little heart regen and cozy fire. Once those icons are gone, we're out of its area of effect. So we then place another two. Also, that's going to be a thing. We're high enough up that harpies and wyvern will spawn. We're not super worried, but early on they're a big threat. One of them's really long and will do a lot of damage. And then the harpies, they just spawn a lot. Okay, so there we go. It's a little tedious, but it needs to be done. Interesting. Oh, there's probably a bonfire above this. That would make sense. Okay. Oh, it was this. No wonder. There you go. On the upside, at least I did most of these bonfires, so it's more or less just reapply heart lantern directly to the forehead. And then we did run out of bonfire. Oh, there's a wyvern. Let's put it a little forward since it's going to be coming after us. There we go. All right. Also, welcome back, everyone. VOD friends, lurkers, I hope you've been enjoying the stream. We're probably going to need more heart lanterns again, but that's fine. Okay. Oh, yeah, that makes sense then. So that's a lot of heart lanterns that I need still, now that I think about it. part of me wants to continue getting the heart lanterns because I know I'm gonna need it. Like, it's never a good idea to not take a boss seriously, you know? But at the same time, it's also gonna be really boring just watching me make heart lanterns and then, you know. So... Oh yeah, the astral, that's a thing. I suppose while I'm here, we can fight the Ravager a few times. He's basically the golem, so a mechanical construct, but he's a harder version of it. And as such, more health, more damage, etc. He's intended to be fought before Moonlord. Alright, so let's put away some of our potions for now. Okay. I don't need these hot dogs anymore because I have milkshake. So I'm gonna end up selling them all instead. I bought them early because they're a food buff that is accessible relative, like, for how early I could get the hot dog, it was a really good food item. But it's only a 12-minute duration and major versus red being even larger than major, you know? Well, maybe it's just duration. Either way, I have milkshake, and I can always get more milkshake, so it's not a huge deal, you know? We definitely don't need mithril ore anymore, so we can get rid of that. We can get rid of needler, we have some. We will turn lead into the chain in case I do decide we need more of the, what are they called? More heart lanterns. Lead and iron are interchangeable. A world will be in normal Terraria at least. A world will be populated with lead or iron, gold or platinum, but in Calamity you can have both. There you go. We also make some more chlorophyte bars because that's going to be chlorophyte ammo. I know we have some normal musket balls chilling around here somewhere. So that plus chlorophyte equals chlorophyte bullets. Homing bullets means I don't have to worry about accuracy. But if it's like a boss with multiple segments, or like a head and a disembodied this and that, or a bunch of minions, the bullets will end up not hitting what I want because they'll just home on the nearest thing, you know? I do need to make the second health upgrade. That was why we were getting the life fruit to begin with. I just have to remember what they were called. So we got blood orange. I think miracle fruit. Yes. I don't think I've made miracle fruit yet. So that's trapper bulb, life alloy, life fruit, and living shard. We can make that. This will take a minute because I have to remember where I put all the pieces for it. No. We can zoom in while we're here. Make it easier for my old man eyes to see. Okay, living shard. Living shards are from Plantera. So even after having killed Plantera a bunch, there's still like impetus to fight her, you know? Which is fine. It's a good way to make older content relevant. So for example, King Slime, he's one of the first bosses in the game you would fight. He's a pre-hard mode boss. In Calamity, he has a 10% chance to drop something that builds into like around Moonlord, post Moonlord item. So that's neat. you know? So, Trapper Bulb. We know what they look like. I just have to figure out where we put them. When I set up a new world, I installed magic storage after this. So, the chest situation will be less fucky. Oh, good, I do have more living shard. I was worried I only had, like, that small amount. There's... Oh, owls. We do like owls. Owls are very cool. They're like the stealth fighter slash stealth bomber of the bird world. Okay, what else did we need? Life fruit. Life fruit. Trapper bulb. Oh, life alloy. Okay, that was the other thing. Oh, I forget what makes life alloy. I think it's the scoria and the other two. Let's double check. Ah, yeah. Scoria, cryonic, and perennial. So let's grab some of those. Perennial, cryonic, and scoria. All right, very good. I always need more chlorophyte, so that's an easy one to just put there. Life alloy. I know what it looks like. There it is. Okay, that'll do. So yeah, miracle fruit. I think the last one is after Moonlord. But yes, so now we have a nice, cool 550 HP. Our hearts are different colors to indicate our life is even more than before. So then the last one I think that I can make is... Dragon fruit is the one that's post Moonlord. Okay. So then, what about elderberry? Oh, elderberry is also post Moonlord. So I've done the two that I can actually make right now, which would be blood orange and miracle fruit. Okay, that's fine. Very good. All right. I will turn all that perennial into perennial. That way we can put it here and not really care. Also, if I had found Shimmer by now, I would be able to transmutate the perennial into chlorophyte. Shimmer is a liquid that will spawn in the game. It has its own biome. That it will turn some things into other things, and there are certain things that you can only get from changing an item by using the shimmer. So that's a neat little thing, you know. Also, this is the summoning item for the Ravager. It's a hollowed out skull that's been made into a whistle, and that's Aztec IRL lore. Very cool, in my opinion. Okay. Let's put some of the things away that I know I don't need at the moment. We are going to get rid of the Shroomite armor now that I know we don't need it anymore. It's not much, but we'll get some gold out of it. Thank you. Oh yeah, put the perennial in here. Because life alloy is a good way to eat up excess perennial, scoria, which is found in the abyss, and then cryogen. We'll put the life fruit away for now as well. Okay, let's bring out a second summon. We have our weapon. Let's grab ammo conservation because guns with high rate of fire spew through ammo. I want to be able to see. Very Yangy. All right. In his second phase, he severely limits your ability to jump, so you don't want to get hit, especially then. Blinding myself to do more damage. And as you can see with the homing bullets, they go for different segments, which does make it difficult to whittle it down. But not having to aim is also really handy, because it means I can focus on dodging and talking. I can't see. It's fine though, more damage. He also has a disembodied head similar to the golem, which compared to the golem it can be targeted, but it does a lot of damage regardless. Get me out of here. I didn't do anything. Help me. We are not in a boss setup, so this is a little dicey. And there goes the head. I'm gonna try to focus the head if we can. One less thing to be shooting at us, and it will give me some health back. Oh, we didn't get it. Ah. All right, very good. No, 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 no. He's big, Angie. Solar eclipse, not what I wanted to see. Not gonna lie, that felt way harder than before, and I do not know why. But we did do it, and I'm fine with that. Okay, I guess we'll do the solar eclipse. Maybe we'll get some of the unique items that drop once certain other events have been triggered. But we are gonna hide in our little hidey spot, because that was part of why we made it in the first place. Okay. There we go. Alright. Bacon. Hell yeah. Love to see it. Bacon is mighty tasty. Oh yeah, Mothron, I forgot. Some of the mobs will spawn at you, or they can go through terrain. So I did forget that Mothron could do that. Alright. Yeah, this is not going to be great for this event then. I'll have to do it for pirates instead. Okay. I do think I have most of the stuff from this though. We will want to do some Blood Moon for the said blood orb that I need to make potions. I also like that the gun shoots bubbles and they do a lot of damage. It satisfies me. Like a bubble wrap type sound, you know? I do want to check to see if there's anything unique that can be bought during vendors from Solar Eclipse. An example of unique would be during the Blood Moon, you can buy Bloody Marys from the Drunken Princess. That's a Calamity exclusive NPC. So I'm gonna double check to see if there's anything for Solar Eclipse. There might be. There also might not be, and I don't remember. So we can absolutely check that via the wiki. All right. Okay. Huh, so actually little changes, but we did need this because you can buy Rocket 4 during Solar Eclipse. Rocket 4 is the large rocket that can destroy terrain, and Rocket 4 builds into Nuke 2, which does destroy terrain. So a really good way of doing terraforming is just to have a rocket launcher and nuke everything in a video game. So we absolutely did need to buy stuff during a solar eclipse. Let's see if there's anything else we need though. Okay, so we might already have a psycho knife. So the big thing is just buying a bunch of rockets from our cyborg. All right. Ah. All right. Not a material. Don't need it because it's for rogue. Don't need. Not a material. Hold on to that. Don't need. Alright, let's go visit our cyborg friends so we can get all the rockets we need. We have an ad break in just under 30 seconds. So grab a snack, do some stretching. We will be back shortly. Thank you everyone for being here, whether you're chatting, whether you're lurking, whether you're trying to sell me something. Preferably not the last bit. I will see you all soon. Please stand by. All right, Meow, we do be back. Going to pop over to our friend the Cyborg and probably buy several thousand rockets. That way we're good to go for a hot minute when it comes to what we need, aka Nuke 2s. In a video game though. Don't try to shut me down, UN. Alright. I do need a rocket launcher because we haven't bought it yet, and then it's Rocket 4. All right, very good. Alright, we can throw that away. We'll deal with this aftermath when we get back. I do need acorn though, because I want to replace the trees we just lost. Because I always need more wood, I always need more iron. Okay, that's this. And this. Ah, leave me alone. Alright, and then okay. Okay, we got all the rockets we needed. So we'll head back. Wait. No. Don't need. We already have that. We will grab that. It isn't a material, so we will sell it though. Alright. We ended the solar eclipse because I didn't get anything new out of it. And boy, did it take a minute. Alright. And this will let me go back to what we were working on, so it's fine. Very good. We will grab that loot when we're done putting some of this away. Okay. Let's put away the ore. I will need to put that away as well. We can zoom in now that we're not doing a boss fight. Reagents are plants, mostly. Ammo for the nukes. I think it's shroomite bars plus rocket 4 at the auto hammer for nuke 2s, but we don't need it just yet, you know. That will probably be enough bonfire for a hot minute. We are keeping the Xeno Popper for now because we are going to want to turn that into the Vortex Popper. It's another good weapon for Moonlord. Okay, very good. Let's put the whistle away for now. We can grab that iron ore because we do have a stack of it in this box as well. It was initially a box just for diving, but I'm putting various materials in it because Lamau, they can't stop me. I do need more blood orbs though, so I am actively gonna be doing a few blood moons. Okay, battle potion, that increases spawn rate as well. So like a battle potion and a water candle, even more spawns, which it's not a bad thing to have when you know what you need, right? Now I just have to remember where I put my Crimson Tear, which is the thing that spawns the Blood Moon. Oh, it might be in the piggy bank. Let me check there first. It is not in the piggy bank. At the very least, we'll sort it. It's a red raindrop shaped item. I can technically make one, but if I already have one, I don't want to waste it, you know? Alright. We have 2 of these, so we don't need another one. I really hope I didn't have only one of them and threw it away as such. Mainly because one of the blood tears take, Crimson Tears take 10 blood orbs, and you can make a potion for 10 blood orbs. So it's like, I guess. That's looking like that's what I did. I'm gonna pretend it was for content, and it wasn't an oopsie doopsies. Alright. So that's gonna be... Frick, I'm trying to remember where I make it. A machine for Terrarians. Oh yeah, paintings. That's another thing that the various mobs during events will drop. Don't need. Alright, I need to look up how to make this, because I know it's something you can make. I just have to remember what reagents I need to make it aside from the tears, the blood orbs. Alright. That's what it is. Okay, yeah, that's fine. I likely have some lead somewhere. Friday is actually, oh no, it's copper. So copper or tin. So yeah, the one time it would have been good to actually hold on to some tin. Oops. I do know where some tin is, so it's not a big deal. There you go. Okay, so tin is somewhere in here. Okay, gold. Silver. I know there's some deposits of tin that I didn't take. Initially, I was getting rid of all of them. Oh, there we go. Yep, so basically just drop down where I currently am and we'll get there. Okay. Ah. The one time I actually need 10, go figure. And it's right down there. So down we go. Or we'll just find some right there. Even better. We do need iron though, so that's also fine. Nice little detour, don't mind me. Alright, where are you? That's probably enough 10. I only need 3 bars, so we'll be alright. And it's Cinnabon Island because that's my favorite place in Pokemon. Don't need, hold on to that. 3 bars, that's probably more than enough. And then to get maximum uptime from the Blood Moon, we'll wait until it's, what's it called? Until it's just night. Then we'll be able to get the most amount of time out of the Blood Moon. Also, I know there's a button to lock items. I just have to remember which one that is. Okay, there's a hotkey. So time to check the menu because I do not know. I mean, we know how the hotbar's locked, just not the other one. So controls. Not gonna lie, I don't see it, so I'm just gonna accept that there's probably a way to do it, and I don't know how. All right, let's make it be just about to be night. Oh, I don't want another solar eclipse. All right, there we go, Blood Moon. And then we want a battle potion for more mobs to spawn. Gotta zoom out a bit for this. There we go. May as well grab the ammo reservation and a second minion. We want to stay out of our base though, because otherwise we're gonna have to deal with getting attacked by things that can go through walls and such, and then getting half of my NPCs killed. You can also do fishing during blood moons, but I'm not super keen on fishing. I've done fishing at least once, and it was like, we care about getting the blood orbs. Pretty much anything that isn't a blood orb will be vendoring. Sorry, Mr. Unicorn. Suppose we'll put some of the banners down as well. We're going to be killing a lot of enemies. All right. Pixies, unicorns, etc. are all spawning because we're in a hollowed biome, and those are the mobs that correspond to it. A fair amount of endgame items, at least in vanilla, require pixie dust and unicorn horn, so it kind of makes sense to have it. Plus, it helps with corruption, aka slowing it down. We don't need any of these, so we can throw them all away. Sorry, Charlie. I do seem to be getting more of the biome mobs rather than the event, so it's wholly possible having this be a thing in this biome is ultimately interfering my ability to get the mobs I would want. So I'm gonna experiment with that and see. Let's see. We don't have a water candle here though, so there won't be as many. I mean, it looks like we're just gonna, no matter what, we're gonna get biome specific ones, which makes sense. But I want more blood orbs, so it's like, bruh, you know? Okay, don't need any more. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna suck it up and do it at my base. I'm gonna get biome specific mobs no matter where I go. Alright. Ooh, rainbow slime. Rainbow blocks don't do anything, but they do look cool because they're basically what if blocks were RGB, you know? Don't need fast clock, don't need glow stick. We already have a Nimbus rod. Oh, excuse me. I also do need to farm up deer clops and a few other events at some point. I haven't done any of them yet. there's clowns that'll be riding on bouncy balls and they'll throw explosives. I'd say that tracks with typical clown behavior. Like, it's definitely not as scary as a solar eclipse, especially since it drops things I want. We also need to go into the dungeon at some point again, but that will probably be after Moonlord, because a bunch more enemies will spawn that drop material I need, plus the items from the unique chests, you know? The ones that require biome-specific keys, like the temple key, jungle key, etc. Yoink. Definitely don't need the philosopher's stone. I have a bunch of them. The event ends at 4:30, so we'll probably get to lunatic cultists after that. Gastropod, we'll just put it wherever. I'm gonna double check to see if there's anything I care about during the blood moon, since it's almost over. I don't think so, because I want to say I checked one earlier looking for the things we needed, and it wasn't present. So it was like, oh, okay. Yeah, I think it's only the Bloody Mary. And then... No. Alright, I'm technically not missing anything from this, so we can go back to not worrying about possibly missing any loot from the vendors here. Rainbow slime! Ooh, some more loot. Very nice. I may have to make the Star Cloak at some point. And by make it, I mean make the thing it upgrades into, you know? Don't need. Like, getting iframes is never a bad thing, but it's like, do I really want to drop a damage item or something else to do it, you know? That's the hard, like, there's always a consideration, which is why I am going for the minecart, because my movement's going to be from the minecart. I don't need to be able to fly, and I don't need to be faster, because the minecart has a speed already. So by virtue of that, that means I can drop several accessories and go more damage. We have an ad break in about 5 seconds, so I will see you all on the other side of that. The blood moon just ended. See you all shortly. Thank you for sticking around. right, we do be back. I don't need anything from party NPCs, so that's fine. Let me take a gander real quick at, do I even care about the cross necklace / star amulet? Brain and words. All right. Which one do we actually care about? Let's see. Huh, all right. No. I have to figure out what it builds into, because I do know it builds into something in Calamity. Deific amulet. But we do not have access to astral bars yet because we haven't beaten the worm. So I suppose at the very least we'll make that, and then we'll wait until after we have access to astral bars. There we go. So that's gonna be a thing eventually, just not yet. Alright. Quick stack. Paintball gun does build into something later. Okay. Put these away for now. Hold on to Xeno Popper. We'll put some of the chain away. Put those away for now. Hold on to the bloody tear. Don't need arrows well, don't need those arrows. Definitely put away some of our money so we're not losing as much when we die. Megaphone can absolutely go away. I don't remember if lunatic cultists only show up at night. It might be a day thing. We're gonna pop over to the dungeon and we're gonna see if we can take them on. Dungeon is right here. Sadly, we already have a hollowed biome, so this doesn't really count. So what we'll do is we'll go to Sulfur and we'll just head west. And we do have a flying mount, so that's fine. That's okay. Ooh, a glass slipper. I could be Cinderella. Neat, but none of it makes me want to buy something. Also, ow. It has been a minute, so we probably do want to look at a few more Palace Cats. Thankfully, we have some Meownwell that we can take a gander at. Truly, some of God's finest creatures. This was taken from the Meownwell subreddit last week. It's Gorsk and one of his wives. Maybe it's Mia, I'm not sure. They're being fed. They live in Russia. Truly remarkable creatures. It's going to take a minute because buffering, so we'll let it play through at least once. I'm not sure if that was Gorsk or if that was the wife, but as you can see, they're very animated. They do be climbing, throwing a slab of meat, throwing another slab of meat. That's probably to simulate every so often getting a large meal, whereas some days you might only get several smaller ones in the wild, you know? They're so active. And it's a nice little enclosure they have. It's out in the open. There's a lot of things for them to climb on. Yes, it's cold because it's the winter, but they got really dense fur. They'll put their peats on their tail to keep them warm. They have at least 1 or 2 enclosures that are like a house. So we love that for them. And yeah. Gorsk, he has had many wives. And unlike Lev, he's actually sired quite a few litters over the years, whereas Lev has been with 5 female palace cats and they've only produced 1 litter, the Flower 5, that was Oliva, Lotus, Primula, Grusha, and I hate that I'm forgetting the last one. But sadly, Shawl died 2 weeks after she gave birth to the kittens, and then they all had to be hand raised. Oh, Iris. There you go. So, yeah, more palace cats on the way. Hell yeah. Mating season is usually in the spring, and it's dead ass 1 day a year. So between that and high infant mortality rates, it's not surprising that there aren't a lot of palace cats and the numbers in the decline. Last count that I'm aware of was sometime in 2024, a downward trend of 57,000. But yeah, this guy has a dream job. He gets to feed the palace cat. Lucky bastard. Okay, so lunatic cultists are active. I am reticent to use my current weapon because I know that there's a phase where they will go after, what's it called? There will be decoys, and if you hit the decoy, it summons like an astral dragon. So I think I'm just gonna have to go for my normal bow instead. All right, so let's see if we can do this right. Let's get in an area where there's some space. Come on, buddy. There is a visual cue when it's the mimics, but I don't know what the cue is supposed to be, so that's kind of awkward. And it looks like I hit the decoy, so now we gotta fight a dragon as well. Very awkward. Not ideal. 0 out of 10. I think it was that one. Yeah. Or maybe not. Not great. So yeah, it looks like this is gonna take a minute. My life force became negative. Yeah, honestly, I'm just gonna suck it up and use the Megalodon. It seems no matter what, either me or my minions are gonna be hitting the decoys. So we're just gonna accept the fact that I'm gonna have to deal with a space dragon at all times. Not what kids want in their cereal, but we're gonna make it work. All right. And that's honestly fine. It's like the second to last fight in the game in normal Terraria. So it's reasonable that it would be difficult, you know? I meant to get rid of it, not actually eat it, because then it triggers the potion cooldown. Alright, let's try that again. And we're not gonna care that there's gonna be the spoopy dragon, because it's just whatever. Alright. Get up here, buddy. Spoopy! Too spoopy! This is gonna take a minute, but we'll get there. Dang old cultists, always messing shit up. Can't have nice things. There's always someone who wants to bring about the end of the world, you know? Whether it be a celebrity, a president, or all the above. Ah, dragon, spoopy. Too spoopy. Oh, I need to have a better solution for this. That is very much not working. So let me pull up this fight. All right. We're already using the best armor we can. We're already using all the accessories. So yeah, I think I just have to quote unquote not get hit. Which isn't ideal. All right, let's see. Oh, okay. Apparently the fake cultists glow, so that will make them easier to see. And I'm not gonna summon my minions, that way I'm not accidentally hitting the, oh, for fuck's sake. That way I'm not accidentally hitting the, wrong ones. With, some stuff at least. Okay? It's definitely gonna take a few tries. All right. Ow. All right. deals so much damage, you know? Okay. Let's see if we can tell which ones are which. Kind of. Oh, he still spawns the fucking dragon. Free. I need to figure something out for this. All right. Okay. All right. I might actually have to switch to a melee build for this. I don't have to use the chlorophyte bullets either, so I think that's probably going to be a play too. All right, so let's think about this then. One. Gonna eel. Gonna grab bullets that are not homing. Ammo. Ammo, there we go. Alright, so no chlorophyte for this fight. Instead, we'll go with... We're just gonna go curse bullets. I mean, if I have to use like a bunch of potions as well, I will. But I'd prefer not to waste them because I only have so many of my good potions. And I don't have enough blood orbs for a bunch more potions as well. But alright, so we have no minions spawn. We're not using homing bullets. Ideally, we'll be fine. This is definitely going to take a minute. I knew in the back of my mind that Lunatic Cultists was not an easy fight. But it is harder than I remember. So hooray. Alright. No, wrong way. Alright. Alright. And I still spawn the dragon. Fuck. eel. I think that actually de-aggroes it, so let's find out. It might have. I mean, I just have to keep on trying until we don't spawn the dragon and we don't spawn like a million clones. Yeah, my eyes literally cannot tell the difference between which one of the clones are real. And I hate that for me. Let's see. There we go. We'll try it during a non-blood moon. We'll also use Charm of Myths instead of this. We'll also go back to, we'll go back to the bow. But yeah, I'm looking at each one and it says that they glow, so that's how you know they're not the real ones. But I'm looking at each one and I still am unable to tell what's what. We also have an ad break. We'll be back shortly. So, best I can tell is stripe on robe and eye. All right, we do be back. We are going to continue to throw ourselves at the cultists until we get there. I did look at a picture of the lunatic cultist versus the decoy. The real one has actual eyes, whereas the clones have just black squares for eyes. The real one also has a stripe on the hood versus not, so I'm hoping I can discern that and still not summon the spoopy, sperry Phantasm Dragon. Alright. Oh boy. Back. Alright. And it still spawns. Oh, okay, fuck me apparently. Oh boy. Where is he? Okay. I could not tell in time. terrifying, but we got there. So now the fun part is, first off, this dragon needs to go away. Ideally, sooner than later. There we go. Alright, so yeah, then, not ideal. But alright, so we have the Ancient Manipulator that will make a bunch of things that we need. And now we have to deal with the pillars. The pillars are 4 different elements. You have Stardust, you have Solar, you have Nebula, and you have Vortex? No, wait, Stardust? Yes, and Vortex. Once you destroy all 4, then that summons the Moonlord. They each drop a corresponding fragment that's used to build things. But the big thing is, now we have access to the Ancient Manipulator. So I need to take a gander at all the things I can build now that I have that. Where do we want to put this? We only have so much room, so I think I'm gonna put it... That's actually kind of an issue. I can move the Tinkerer thing somewhere else. Okay. There we go. Let's put the tinkering thing in here. All right, so Lunatic Cultist down. Let's see if there's enough room here. There we go, that's fine. All right. I'm gonna be looking at the wiki for the next few minutes to figure out what we need for things and such. Okay, that does not help me. We're more or less going through the wiki and looking at various weapons that I'm gonna need, armor, accessories, etc. No. All right. So we have the, let me double check. Yes, so we have the best armor we can get from Moonlord. We have the Angel Treads, we have Asgard's Valor. We are gonna wanna use Blood Pact 100%. Let's see if that builds into anything else though. It does, but it doesn't build into anything I have access to. Okay? We don't need to worry about a wing accessory because we're going to be in the minecart. We can't make the Celestial Tracers because we don't have Luminite bars yet. That drops from Moonlord. We're going to have the Deadshot Brooch. We already have it. Phantasm. Astral Bow. Let's see what it needs. I mean, that's not bad, but I'd rather not, I think. We're probably gonna stick with the bow. Probably gonna stick with weapons I know that work for Moonlord. All right, let's see what else. We will probably want to use the Luna guy just to get, what's it called? Damage reduction in. Well, reducing its damage reduction. Vortex Popper with Chlorophyte, we can do that. That requires Vortex Fragments, which we will have some of. We're gonna save the Solar Pillar for last because that pillar is the most annoying of them all. They have these things called Crawlipedes that are basically long boys, and they can reflect bullets. So that's kind of a pain. Alright, so and portals, I believe, are disabled while the pillars are up. They are not. I was wrong. That's fine. Oh yeah, the anti-grav debuff. They each have like a unique debuff, you know? And the anti-grav is the vortex one. Oh no, my golfer, what a shame. Whatever will I do? I mean, that sucks. Ooh, a glass coffin. That's fancy. All right, let's go back to using my Megalodon, or as our premier would say, Megalodon. And it was a glass coffin because I had a lot of money on me. I had over 2 platinum and I dropped like 1.5 plat. All right, let's go back to using chloro bullets because homing is going to be useful here. There you go. I did not expect to be able to use the teleporter or the pylon while they were active. So that's neat, if you will. They do a lot of damage. A lot more than I thought. Eel. We're eeling. We be eeling. Eel, 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 eel. Run away! We're healing. No shame in running away. It's like, run away? No, live to fight another day. Like this is I need a lot of vortex. I need a lot of all the fragments. So continuing to farm the mobs that drop the fragments instead of destroying the pillars is how I'm gonna end up with enough for what I need. Even though at some point I probably will want to actually destroy the pillar. Yeah, I am gonna have to destroy the pillar at some point. How many fragments do we have? We have 43. That's not bad, but I'm definitely gonna need more than that. Honestly, it's fine, but at some point, enough of the NPCs will be dead that I won't be able to teleport. Loot does eventually despawn, so I don't want to be at it forever without collecting the various vortices. Also, yeah, I finally ran out of people there because you need to have an X amount of people in order for the pylon to function. Also, this little shimmery effect in the background is because of the pillars being active. This is the Stardust one. They each have their own set of gear, their own theme, their own color palette. The Stardust Dragon is a pretty solid minion as well, but I don't think we're gonna get it because I like my claspers. Their projectiles can go through terrain, which makes them useful at seeing things. Also, what the frick? Meh. Get away from me! I didn't do anything! Whee! Meld blobs are yet another material that Calamity adds. I also don't like that those blobs spawn into smaller blobs. Yeah, we're... Oh, fuck, that's a lot. That's more than I had any right to be. Like, what the shit? Leave me alone. Here I am just trying to make my way back to where I need to be. And they're like, surprise! And I'm like, no! And the anti-grab effect also cringe. There are enough now though, so that's fine. Now, 60 something of one kind of fragment is probably enough to build most of the things I need, especially since the ranged armor is the vortex one, so I don't need the other ones as much. All right, hey golfer. Ah, good, it didn't despawn. All right, not bad. We ended up with over 100 of it. Yeah, that's more than enough for what our porpoises are. We are also gonna take a gander at Meld Blob and see if there's anything we can build with it, or if it's specifically only after we actually beat the Moon Lord. Yoink. I probably lost some down here as well, so we're gonna take a quick gander. VOD friends, lurkers, hope you all are enjoying the stream. The suffering of losing to John Alien and the Ayla Mouse from space. And then, of course, some stupid sexy cultists ruining everything with their shadow clone jutsus and their space dragons. All right. Let's drop a few things off while we're here. I actually don't know where all my other blood orbs went. And I really hope I didn't accidentally vendor them on the way type situation, you know? We'll certainly find out. We did not. Good. So I'm gonna put that specifically in reagents since it's used to make potions. All right, meld blob. Let's see if that actually builds into anything. For now, it may not. It might only be after. All right, let's see. Meld construct specifically post Moonlord gear. So it's not that it's bad. It's more the fact that I need a lot of them, and I may not have all the things I would need to make the thing. Okay. That's fair. So we do need it, but we don't really need it yet. All right. Okay, we want to make Vortex Popper 100%. I know Vortex Beater gets used in something, but I don't remember. Phantasm is also one that they recommend. All right, so we're gonna pop over to Stardust Pillar, and we're gonna deal with them. Don't need. Don't need. We have plenty of pixie dust. We have plenty of stars. Okay, we're okay. We're gonna drop off a bunch of our money so we're not losing as much of it on the way back. We have an ad break in just under 2 minutes. That'll include me dying a bunch to the Stardust Pillar. I'm gonna try to farm out about as much of the Stardust. That way I have more than enough of all the fragments to make armor, make certain accessories, and be able to summon the boss more than once. That way I don't have to do the lunatic cultists over and over again, because I can make an item that will summon the boss and it's not consumable. I do like Blue Desert. It's very satisfying to look at, even though, ow. It's definitely blue raspberry flavored. It just occurred to me the ad break procced, so we'll come back to fighting the Stardust Pillar if anyone's actually still here. There we go. All right, Meow, we do be back, and we're gonna continue working on this Stardust Pillar. Excuse me. So if you're not familiar with Terraria, 4 pillars of varying elements will spawn. You bring down the pillar's shield by killing enemies. Then you whittle down the pillar. Once all 4 pillars are down, you have a minute, and then the Moonlord spawns. Then after you beat Moonlord, that's the end of Terraria if it were unmodded. Honestly, I thought I was doing more damage than I actually was, so that's me getting sloppy. The Flow Invader, extremely powerful. Alright. We have nowhere near enough either. That is underwhelming. I was hoping we'd have at least like 40 or so. Maybe there's some just like roaming around and we'll be fine. set of the Vortex armor as well, because I feel really squishy with my current armor. And I know it's like Lamau don't get hit. I'm gonna get hit no matter what, so that's why I like having armor. To definitely make a bunch more bullets as well when we're ready to actually fight the Moon Lord. I don't want to run out mid-fight, you know? That would be super awkward. Be like, BRB boss, gotta go to Walmart, you know? Even though I do think Walmart in my area, at least, they no longer sell weapons or ammunition. You hate to see it, truly. Like the bubbles. Overwhelmed with pain. You're absolutely right. Living is a painful thing. Alright. So 2 down. We have 1 more to go because we're not doing Moonlord tonight. We'll likely do Moonlord tomorrow, right after we make sure we have all the things we need for the upcoming fight. And that would be the right food buffs, the right ammo, the right accessories, all that jazz. Yeah, I only got 73 compared to 100 something. It definitely felt like it took longer for them to spawn, and I just didn't get as many because I didn't stay around as long as the other one. I am gonna check to see which summon they want me to use for Moonlord, though. There are some good summons that aren't directly tied to being a summoner, that you just like have one of them to help with damage, you know? So that's gonna be... Let's see. I think I'll end up using the... Ah, okay. So it drops from a boss I haven't fought yet. So it does not look like I'm going to be getting any minion upgrades for a minute. And honestly, that's fine. It's better to check and be like, oh man, good thing I checked and I saw I couldn't use it, right? So next is going to be Nebula. Then we save Solar for last. Because Solar has the fuck you reflect guys. The crawlipedes. Oh, I'm actually almost out. That is very awkward. Let's go make some more chlorophyte bullets. So that's gonna be, we're gonna put Cursed away. We're gonna put Hyperius away. We're gonna grab more musket balls. I know I have the chlorophyte mine, but I wanna exhaust all my existing chlorophyte before we do that. Also, let's do a quick stack. I may end up looking for Shimmer off stream, and then I'll turn all my excess perennial into chlorophyte. That way I have way more ammo. Because there's no ifs, ands, or buts. I'm using the chlorophyte ammo to deal with Moonlord. That way I can kite and not have to worry about aiming. More perennial, so we will grab that. I am gonna grab this because I want to have another pylon active. I'm just not sure who we're putting in the desert home. All right, let's see. Huh, so I actually don't have a bunch of chlorophyte left. That's fair. I know I do have the farm for it, so we will go down there and deal with that. But I was really hoping I had like another stash of maybe several hundred bars chilling. All right, so that's gonna be not there. The other one, the conch. The demonic conch will take us to hell, and that's where our chlorophyte farm is. Hasn't nearly come as far as I needed it to. Okay, let's see. There we go. That'll keep him busy for a little bit. I feel like it took longer to have them populate from the ends versus the middle. Allegedly, them in the middle took longer, so that's why I wanted to try this. But it very much feels like it was misinformation, so I'm gonna try it the old way and see if it ends up being faster. Okay. Okay, on. And then the middle would be like right there. All right. Yeah, if this were a farm, it would be shut down for not being productive enough. So we're gonna have to make some more changes to that. And I definitely will look for Shimmer at some point so we can turn the excess ore into bullet. Get in there, you. There you go. Yeah, these ones, nothing really came of these ones. These ones are quite underwhelming. Not sure why we didn't get more out of them. Maybe they weren't large enough or something. Alright, let's see. Mud. Ah! No. That needs to be a platform. On. We already have one. There we go. Oh, now we get a corrupt mimic to show up. I would have loved one of those earlier. All right. I'm missing a piece of a block. So let's grab that real quick. There you go. Don't need. I'll hold on to it in case I decide to be a caster, but it's not super exciting. Don't need. All right, where were we? Oh yes, mud. All right. Normal mimics, they sadly are worth F-all. It's the biome-specific mimics that have value. Now, early on, normal mimics would have some potential, but for at this point, they don't really. Sadly, this doesn't build into anything, so we can throw it away. I think I technically need this one. I'm not sure if I have it or the other one at home base. All right. Doesn't build into anything. We can use bone ash, so that's not a huge deal. That's another corrupt mimic. Oh yeah, that's another thing. They can jump like crazy. And if you get too far away from them, they turn into an invulnerable object. So it forces you to fight them instead of trying to potentially cheese them, you know? Chain guillotine. I might need that. And it's a material, so yes, we absolutely do need that. I already have those. We already have fire feathers at home. We already have demon sai at home. Alright, we need to put one more little block of chlorophyte in the middle. There you go. And now we'll make some more ammo. I know I have bullets. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Alright. We're gonna put it there for now. We're not gonna get rid of it. Quick stack. Grab that back. Chlorophyte. It's not enough. So we are very much gonna wanna find shimmer and then turn this all into chlorophyte. Okay. Okay. Gonna hold on to Chlorophyte. We don't need this. Do we have a spot for... We might. Let's see. We do. Okay, right there. Gonna hold on to one of these. We can extend our platform's regen. We are gonna put away the mud because we don't need to do anything with the chlorophyte farm for now. We already have a big stack of it, so that actually means we can nix like all of that. Staff. We do need more of these. We need it for an upcoming item I'm gonna want to make. So that will afford us the opportunity to go into the abyss at some point. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna make a point to look for the shimmer between stream. We'll have enough ammo to deal with the 2 pillars. We'll summon Moonlord. We'll fight Moonlord. If Moonlord fight goes well, we'll be able to farm him. That'd be very awesome. VOD friends, lurkers, everyone who stopped by, I hope you enjoyed the stream. I hope you are doing as well as you can on this Tuesday, day 2 of our Premier's reign. I hope you were able to find the Palace Cats and the suffering I had to endure to actually beat that lunatic cultist. Enriching. I am going to stream tomorrow short of a power outage. The weather's been acting up. If it looks like it's going to be a problem, I'll make a point to update the stream before we would have went live. I hope everyone is able to stay safe. We are going to get through this. It is going to be okay. Hang in there. We are going to find someone to raid out now. Spread the love. All right, let's see. We do have someone playing Terraria, so we can actually raid into them. They like to go back and forth, it looks like, between like Minecraft, Stardew Valley, and a few other games. I can also edit this now that we're here. Hard mode. Post lunatic cultists. Because we're not post Moonlord and we're not at Moonlord, but we will be at Moonlord shortly. I will see everyone tomorrow. For anyone who's still here who isn't aware, I stream every Monday through Thursday, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern. After this week's of Terraria, we go back to Radical Red, which is a difficulty ROM hack of Fire Red. We're doing the last 3 mono types that we haven't done yet. So that's mono ground, mono ice, mono rock in that order. More Terraria. Then after a while, we'll come back and finish off Radical Red with a hardcore run, which bans a lot of moves that you're allowed to use and abilities you're allowed to have while the AI can still use them. So it's going to be a real hoot and a holler, if you know what I'm saying. Take care. I will see you all tomorrow. And if not, I hope you have a great rest of your evening and week. Snooze that. All right, Meow. I've raided Miss Luna Joe before. She has dogs and cats. Good bit of fun. Absolutely adorable animals.